Okay, I am back for the love reading today, and the love reading is about what is blocking you in love. So, the deck I'm using is What's Blocking You Oracle deck. It says singles and relationships. So, I have three cards. I have three cards. So, the first card that popped out is Settling. And that says at the bottom, don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. Second card is Getting Crumbs. And that says you deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. And it says Feel Unloved. It says you deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. And the overall energy is too much. And it says you tell others too much, but you tell others too much about yourself all at once. Sit back and listen more. Interesting. I honestly thought that was going to say something else at the bottom. But so this is what I'm getting. I'm getting that whoever I'm channeling, you're in a relationship. This could be a man, this could be a woman that I'm talking to, but whoever you are, you're in a relationship. But I feel like you're not happy in your relationship. And I think the reason why you're staying is because you feel like you keep running into the same issues with people. So I feel like the reason why you're staying right now in this particular relationship is because you're like, what's the point? I'm just going to find the same BS. I might as well just stay with this person because I'm familiar with them. And I think that's where this settling card is coming from. Now, I'm getting the feeling that if I'm channeling a woman, you're staying with this dude because of the way he looks. But sis, just because he looks good and he's muscular and all this other shit, that doesn't mean you stay. If he's not treating you right, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? If you're not happy, if it's a whole bunch of BS, you gotta leave. It shouldn't matter what the hell he looked like. You know what I mean? Like, good Lord. But yeah, I definitely feel like you shouldn't be doing that. Now, as far as the card breadcrumbing, like, I'm just trying to figure out why do you keep finding these types of people? It's interesting because with the overall energy, like when it said too much, I didn't think it was going to say this at the bottom. What I was picking up was you feel like you're too much. Like you feel like you ask for too much, like you're just too much to handle. Like you feel like you're the problem. Like you feel like the reason why your partnerships don't work out is because you're too much to handle. Like you're just too needy, or because at the bottom of the deck it says being needy. But the thing is, I don't think you're too much. You know, you just got to find your right person. That's the thing. Okay, so I think I understand now. So I think the reason why the relationships of your past and present is not working out is because you don't seem to find people that are on your wavelength. Like you keep finding people that you don't really vibe with. Like you're not equally yoked. Like you're just completely mismatched. I think you're not taking the time to find someone that actually matches you. I think you stay with people because they happen to come in your energy field. And the thing is, just because they came into your energy field doesn't mean they need to stay. I think you need to learn how to decipher, okay, we're not jiving together like I would like to jive. So maybe you're not the one for me. And to be honest, I'm mainly picking up a female energy now. I just want to say this. Don't be so desperate for a relationship that you just take the first thing smoking. You know, like when you're purchasing a home, you don't buy the first thing you see. You got to look around. You got to shop around. Even when it comes to cars, especially if you're trying to buy a used car, you got to shop around. You got to look around. You know, certain things you just don't take right off the rip. Okay? So I think you just need to take your time. Stop, thinking that every man that comes into your direction is the one and they're supposed to be it and he is the love of your life. No. That's the piece that I think a lot of people miss when it comes to dating, is that dating is supposed to be collecting data. You're supposed to be collecting information on what do you like in a man and what do you not like in a man, and vice versa with men or whatever your sexual orientation is. Like, you got to collect data on what type of person or partner you want. You got to figure out what your likes are, what your dislikes are, your deal breakers, you know what I mean? Things that you're willing to bend and work with, you know what I mean? Like, you're willing to compromise. But other than that, like, you can't just he comes into your direction, oh, he's the one. No, that is not how that fucking works. I don't know why you think that. Okay? You gotta stop that shit. And on top of that, I'm sensing that you're older. I don't think you're like a teenager or like a girl that's like in her early 20s, like 21 or something like that. I'm sensing you're like late 20s, early 30s, maybe mid to late 30s. I need my women to stop having fairy tale mentality. This isn't Disney. Okay? This isn't Disney. This is real life. Okay? Prince Charming is not going to come. Okay? You're going to get a real man that has quirks and things that might drive you nuts. But you got to determine if you're willing to put up with that or not. Okay? So, I think sometimes us women, we've been fed such bullshit with society on the white picket fence, and we're going to get married and have children by a certain age and all this other shit, and that's not real life. I thought I was going to have that too. Even though I was married, I am divorced now. I thought I was going to have children and all that jazz, but no. Yeah, me and my ex-husband, we had a very difficult time conceiving. And when we finally did, I lost it. So life is not a fairy tale. It doesn't always happen boom, 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 boom. Sometimes you don't find Prince Charming till you're 40. Sometimes you might not have your first child until you're 40. You know? Sometimes it takes a second time around. You know, like my ex-husband, he got remarried. I'm happy for him. You know, he's with the person that he's supposed to be with. I congratulated him and everything. You know, I wasn't the one, and that's fine. You know, that's fine. Sometimes it takes you doing it a second time to get it right. You know, so life is not cookie cutter. It's not perfect. You know, life is very situational. So if you're feeling like you're under pressure to hurry up and get married and have children and stop. Breathe. It's okay. It is okay. If you're like in your 20s, early 30s or whatever, and you have the money to do it and you have no children, travel. Have fun. Live life. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be really tying yourself down like that. Like, if you're not 30 yet, to be honest, I don't feel like you should really have kids or get married until you're 30. I feel like anything younger than 30 when it comes to getting married and having children, I think that's too young. because I was young when I got married. I was 26. I feel like that was too young. Actually, technically, I was 27. I got engaged at 26, but I got married at 27. I think that was entirely too young. I think I should have been 30. Yeah. And I got into a serious relationship with my ex-husband very too young. I was 19 when I met my ex-husband. And I was in a very long-term relationship with him. That was too young to be with one person that long. That was way too young. Way too young. I don't believe in that. I think you should have fun, explore, but you know, I just feel like when it comes to love and certain things, like life is not a race. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen, you know? Excuse me. But in the meantime, focus on yourself. Get education, you know, have fun, live life, you know, save money so you can buy a house so you don't have to rent and waste money. You know, because to me, renting is, I mean, to each his own, but to me, renting is just flushing money down the toilet, in my opinion. But yeah, just focus on you. Like if you want to start a business or whatever, there is so many other ways to fulfill your life. So many other ways. There's a big world out there. Explore it. Have fun. Okay? But I also just want you to know that you're not too much. You're not too much. Like, I know sometimes with this dating pool, you know, because I am a woman and I can speak on a woman's perspective, you know, it is trash. It is trash. It's very disheartening. It's a little concerning as well. But you're not too much. Because there is a man out there that's going to be like, she's perfect. She's amazing. This woman needs to be my wife. Okay? He's out there. You just got to be patient. People lack patience nowadays for some odd reason. I don't know what that's all about. You know, things will happen when it's supposed to. It'll happen when it's supposed to. And also, don't worry about what other people are going through and experiencing. You are on your own timeline. Life doesn't work the same way for everybody. Just because some of your friends is engaged and getting married and having babies, that don't mean shit. Okay? That don't mean nothing. Because, no shade, but just because they look happy, don't mean they are. Okay? People like to fight the funk a lot. Okay? Because me, I do not have children, and I don't plan on having children. That is my choice. And I love it. I love having my freedom. I love being able to come and go whenever and whatever time I want. I have no restrictions, and I fucking love it. It is the fucking best. I might get me a dog one day, but for right now, I'm going to wait on that too, because that's still a big responsibility also. But I'm good on that children shit. Plus, I feel like I'm too old for that shit anyway. But I mean, if I was to magically find a man out of nowhere, because I'm only 39, hey, whatever. But I'm not pressed. You know, I'm not pressed. I like my life the way it is just fine. But I just want to let you know out there, take your time. Take your time. Because you rather it be right than some mess. Because you keep going through some mess. So your blockage is, I hate to say it, but your blockage is you. You got to stop this cycle. I really think Spirit just wants you to stay to yourself for a minute. To really figure out what you want in a relationship, what you don't want in a relationship. And also ask yourself, why do you want a relationship? Because I think sometimes a lot of people just are in a relationship because they think that's the thing to do. You know, my father, he used to always say to me when I was younger, you don't have to get married. You don't have to have children. You don't have to do that. Who says you have to do that? I was like, damn, okay. I mean, I did ended up getting married and I did want to have children. But now that I'm older and I'm wiser and I'm thinking back to what my father said, and I was like, damn, he was right. I don't have to do that shit. So I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If it didn't, I'm doing readings all week long. I think the next love reading is the LGBTQ specific reading. So stay tuned for that if you are in that community. And then after that reading, I can't remember what it is because I changed the schedule, but that reading is going to be tomorrow, and I'll post that at 6 because I have to work tomorrow. So, excuse me, everyone have a good afternoon, good evening, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Oh, once again, I keep forgetting to say this. My name is Ashley. I'm new to the YouTube streets. I need to update my damn profile and everything so I can put my information so that you can do readings and things with me privately if you want to. I still have my love readings for $14 sale going on, and I still have my ancestral spiritual readings for Black History Month going on for the rest of the month for $28. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for the month of March, because the month of March is Women's History Month, so I'll probably will be doing another sale for that. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do about that. But anyways, everyone have a good day. Bye-bye.